Hey guys, what's going on? We got a bit of a different video here. We're on the beta. We're doing a delve and we're trying out the delve the sinkhole. Now, as you could see at the start there, very briefly, you have an option between tier 1 and level tier 11. I tried it at tier 5 and I got my butt kicked pretty quick. And then tier 1 definitely seemed relatively easy. But yeah. So anyways, we're on tier 1 and it was quite interesting. I've done a delve before and it was on stream and it was fun. But yeah, I don't know. I believe I remember seeing a patch saying they are working on the delve scalings and stuff like that. So it is definitely exciting. But if you don't know what a delve is, delves are basically this new dungeon system where you can either go in solo or you can have a team of, I believe, 5 players of any roles, and it will scale it to those type of roles, such as if you bring a bunch of healers or if you bring a bunch of tanks, the mobs will do different things or their damage profiles will change or whatever. But anyways, basically this is designed for those that want to do solo content maybe a bit more or just want to do world content. I don't quite know how you're going to get to them right now on the beta. It's just talk to a guy and he sends you to it. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. But anyways, the delve is pretty fun. Right here I'm playing enhancement. I'm playing whatever it's called, totemic. That's the one. With a bit of a storm physical build. So you can kind of see I got a bunch of feral spirits and stuff like that. And we're underwater. I have to watch my breath. And I have to watch these purple circles as well because they shoot a bunch of swirlies and they murk you. But yeah, anyways, so I'm not sure if the reason why I got my butt kicked on the tier 5 was because my gear isn't quality or if it's just me being bad. Probably me being bad. I don't know. But I do recall them saying that the scaling wasn't quite right. So, maybe I'm going to take a hope at that. That's what it was. But anyways, well, it was actually pretty fun, quite interesting. Um, you'll see later on that there were a couple pieces that were like a puzzle thing, and you get like almost like a Torghast buff, kind of. Um, Unfortunately, I got them after I did it because I saw them and then I was like, oh, that's a weird looking thing. Then I ran back after I beat it because I didn't think it was going to go quickly, but went a lot faster than I thought. But it's definitely an interesting concept. I believe the higher tiers you go, there are some different affixes and stuff like that, so it definitely gets a bit harder. As for what those things, empowered summoning thing, I don't know what they do. I didn't even click it. I just went, okay. But if you see the little go-kart thing that keeps ramming the mobs, that's one of the trinkets that I got. Uh, just so you know, it's not part of enhancement. It is a trinket. It's an agility trinket, so it's definitely interesting. But I'm really excited to see where these go, to be honest. Like, considering this is just a tier 1, it was definitely fairly easy. I didn't have to do too much, but there is definitely some mobs buggy here. As you can see, they're evade bugging, and it was kind of annoying. Uh, Quite a few mobs did that, surprisingly. And then I guess Bran is with you, and he stampeded there, so that kind of freaked me out. See, I touched the purple circle, and a bunch of swirlies started coming out, and yeah, I'm assuming if you touch those, you're probably going to get blasted pretty hard, so we just stayed out of them. Quite terrifying, if I don't say so. But you can see there's a purple chest on the bottom left. You can see it right there. The black box is covering it right now. But yeah, and then we start clearing. Every time you do an objective, a new one comes up, and then you have to kill the final boss or whatever. Generally, I don't think it takes too long. Obviously, it depends on the level. This tier 1, obviously based on the video length, didn't take very long. So I was quite surprised with that. But you can see here, there is actually a cauldron right there that I'll go back to in a minute, and there's a little puzzle involved with it, so it's quite an interesting find. But here, the boss. So this guy was kind of weird. He didn't really do a lot, but I assume at the higher tiers, he's going to have a bit more of a health pool, meaning that he's going to actually have mechanics. Here he went immune, and I was kind of like, what's happening? And then I noticed the tentacle doing something. So I ran up to it and basically two-shot it. So these things have like no health, which was kind of interesting. And then finish him off. And there wasn't anything else to it. So I was quite surprised. But I assume, again, higher tiers, probably a lot more going on than tier one. So there is the sinkhole finished. But now I am going to go run back because I remembered, oh man, I saw a purple chest. I'm going to go touch it and see what's in it. Because I really had no idea what was going to be in it. And I guess there is a buff. Now, they've done buffs in Torghast in the past, and they were quite insane. So these ones are quite interesting. It's just a small little buff for you for a minute, I guess, or something like that. It procs. And then we got little cauldron, necrotic cauldron here. This is a puzzle thing that I didn't understand at first, so you'll see me mess it up pretty fast. So I'm like, oh, what's going on here? So I just start clicking, and that happens, and I was like, uh-oh, I don't know what to do now. So I just start randomly clicking, keep clicking, and then it's like, oh, I kind of get it now. And then I'm thinking, well, how do I get it back to what it was? And then I was like, oh, crap, I just reset it, which will happen here in a second. So I'm randomly clicking, trying to do things, and I'm like, what the heck? So I was like, maybe it'll reset. Maybe it'll reset if I do this. And it did. And I was like, awesome. But it kind of changed slightly. So I was like, oh, okay. Well, we click one of them and it turns them all back. Bam, bam, done. And then I get a perplexing puzzle buff and then a little chest with a buff in it. So yeah. So make sure you look for those. But anyways, guys, that is basically it for this video. Just a quick little delve dive. The final chest seems to have a key or some sort, which I assume you get from a quest anyways. But yeah, that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this little introduction to delves. It was kind of interesting. I'm excited to see what comes of them. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Laters!